Hello there and welcome back to another edition of the Hot Lab Classic Remastered. This time we'll take a look at the 1995 Subaru Alcyone SVX version L. What an interesting name. Of course, overseas this is known as just the SVX, although over here, or rather here on GT2 Plus, because this is a Japanese market SVX, you have to call it the Alcyone, because I needed another word to probably mispronounce. Anyways, this was Subaru's very strange sort of sports personal luxury vehicle in the 90s. It flopped quite badly, but these days it's quite desirable because look at it, it's very cool and very 90s. And this one's two-tone, which makes it even better. This is the version L. There's also the S4 in this game, which has a little bit more power, so look forward to that one. But just keep watching this one, you know. Anyways, four-wheel drive, 389 horsepower, 1,441 kilos. That is a lot of weight, but then again, a GTO weighs a lot, and the naturally aspirated one of those was quite quick, but don't expect the same out of this. Anyways, it is going to get 6 laps of the Motorsports Land track in order to set the best time it possibly can. Our current leader is the Mitsubishi Lancer Evo 6 rally car, which set a time of 27.718. The Alcyone SVX is not going to be going anywhere near that. Now, the SVX, why am I so negative about this one? I love Subarus, I love four-wheel drive sports cars, and they're very quick around here. Why is the SVX going to suffer? Well, one word and a number: 4-speed transmission. Yep, it's plagued a lot of cars in this series. BMWs, it plagued the big Toyotas, the Altezza and the Aristo, and it is also going to plague this Acura Integra LS. Name various other cars in the comment section, I guess. Yeah, this gearbox configuration, the most 90s of all of them because it was in all the automatics. Yeah, that is what this car has. And it's also what the other SVX has, because the SVX was never officially offered in manual. This car had a 6-cylinder, which is very odd when you consider Subaru, obviously, around this time were tinkering with turbochargers and so on. But no, the SVX had a 6-cylinder, and the story goes Subaru did not have a manual gearbox that it could put behind this engine without it shattering to pieces. And so this car had to be lumbered with a 4-speed automatic, which I'm fairly certain they had to buy from someone else to even use it. And yeah, it wasn't good. So that's why there is no manual SVXs. These have since been manual swapped. I'm sure someone's put a full STI powertrain into one as well, which is probably the right thing to do. I mean, these were... The thing is with these, obviously Subaru at the time, WRXs and so on, they sold these in America where they had no sporting image until the 2000s, really. This is also quite understeery, which is something worth pointing out. But yeah, they had no real sporting pretense until WRXs and stuff started going over, so this was just a bit of an oddball car. It's one of those where, you know, if this was made a couple of years later, maybe it could have been something. You know, if it was made in the 2000s, then again it wouldn't have looked... Well, then again, Subaru in the 2000s did look kind of wacky, so it would have looked wacky, probably not this good. But, yeah, people sort of forget this is sort of designed to be like a Japanese Mercedes, not a Japanese sort of Supra NSX type car. So it isn't supposed to be like a big sporty thing, it's supposed to be a personal luxury car. That is going to lose out very slightly. That lap was looking like it was going to be quicker, but I completely ballsed up that final sector. That is, I will be honest though, a lot better than I was expecting. That is a lot better than I was expecting from this car. And in fact, what it goes underneath should be very embarrassed that this car is as quick as it is. Yeah, the problem is underneath, if you put a proper gearbox in this probably would be at least 0.5 of a second quicker. It is a bit understeery to go with it, but then again it does weigh 14,041 kilos, so that is, I guess, to be expected. That's also interesting that the quickest lap had none of the quickest sectors in it, so there's probably 0.2 in there. Definitely feels like it could have been quicker, but yeah, it's just that gearbox. It really does hinder it, and also the understeer, but mostly the gearbox. Anyways, 31.301 places this into 140th place. It splits the Celicas. Now, interestingly, the car I said should be embarrassed is the one directly above this. The ST165 Celica GT4 is only marginally quicker than this. The Celica didn't have as much power, but it weighed a lot less, had a proper gearbox in it. It just wasn't a very quick car. So that is very interesting. Compared to cars of the day, it loses out slightly to the Silvia Qs and the Honda Prelude. It's quicker than an RX-7 with a 4-speed automatic, which is good. Quicker than the Corolla 11. I don't know. It's a weird one, because honestly, I did think that was going to be a lot lower down, just based on the gearbox, but that's actually impressed me quite a bit. Even when you're not expecting a lot out of these Subarus, apparently they can give you a fair bit. So yeah, it wouldn't be my first choice, I'll be honest, for if I was shopping for a car in this game, but still not too bad, and probably better than that Celica is in the long run. Anyways, that's it for this episode. Thank you all very much for watching. Join us next time when I'll be driving something completely different. Until then, farewell.